It's huge. Obviously, Red Sox fans have had to deal with seeing a couple of their young superstars coming up leave, but man, this is a guy that is must watch TV every time he steps in the batter's box, and uh, every single dollar in that contract is more than well deserved. This is a guy that has big poppy ceiling, and I mean that in with the utmost respect towards Poppy, but that's how special and how much I believe in this kid's talent.
That's great to hear. That puts him in very esteemed company. Now, another big story for you, Kike, is Trevor Story having to have somewhat of a Tommy John surgery. I wanted you to kind of clear some things up for me. At what point did you notice as a teammate that this was bothering him?
I mean, I really did, and obviously, towards the offseason, we stayed in touch, and it's he was getting ready to play shortstop and all this, and he started through with his throwing program, and it was unfortunate he felt what he felt, and he felt the need to get it checked out, and talk to the doctors, talk to the team, and figured that the best way to go about this is. I'm glad that it turned out to be the internal brace, which is best case scenario. And, I like to be positive, and I want to say that everything's going to go smoothly. Trevor's an incredibly hard worker, and I know that he's going to take this rehab very seriously, and he's going to do whatever he needs to do to get back on the field as soon as possible. So I'm gonna think that we're gonna get a mid-season acquisition in Trevor Story, which a healthy Trevor Story is an absolute game changer, a catalyst, and a superstar.
No question about it. Boston Red Sox fans haven't even seen what a all-healthy 100% Trevor Story can do for their team, so that will be exciting when he does come back. Okay, that means, Kike, that the Boston Red Sox have to somehow replace Xander Bogaerts as well as Trevor Story in the infield. Thank God they have you. You were the super utility before I even knew what a super utility was. You only had a handful of games at short last year. Is it your anticipation that you'll be in the infield a lot more than the outfield in 2023?
I mean, as the roster is set right now, yes. I'm a guy that likes to I understand my role, and I understand the ability, the capability that I have of playing every single position out on the field. And as you well know, I take a lot of pride in my defense, and I'm getting ready to play 162 games. I'm not necessarily getting ready to play one position or the other. Luckily, it's something that comes naturally for me, and I'm able to adjust on the go and quickly. And as soon as the season ended, I was telling everybody, if we're not able to bring back Bogey, I want to play shortstop every day. And this is definitely not the way that I wanted to play short. I wanted to play short with Trevor at second, but you never know. You never know if I play short now and we get Trevor halfway through the season, it might end up happening. So I've been waiting my whole life to play shortstop in the big leagues, and obviously, it seems like on every team that I've been on, the shortstop has been the best player on the team. So for me to get this opportunity at 31, it's kind of the same way as getting the opportunity to play center field every day in 2021, not knowing. I mean, I knew that I was really good, but I didn't know that I was going to become the center fielder that I became. And I'm definitely beyond confident that I can do the same as short. I played shortstop my entire life growing up, and I got to the big leagues and I became Bugs Bunny, but I'm ready for the challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, an elite defender at every single position. The only big league position you haven't played in a game, Kike, as you know, is catcher. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully you don't have to get to that point this season. Now, you may be playing a lot of shortstop, but I tell you what, you're going to know your third baseman when he spells Rafael Devers. Sometimes he's in there as the DH. Tell me about your push to get Justin Turner to Boston.
I mean, to be honest with you, I felt like a college recruiter. I did my best effort, but it wasn't just an eyewash effort. I put every bit of effort into it. It was an everyday job, it felt like, and but that's how much this guy means to me. but I did it not knowingly, not just because of what he means to me, but I know what he meant to that clubhouse in LA, and I know what he can do to a clubhouse. I know how he can turn it around. And, once Bogey left and seeing how the roster was going to be constructed, I knew that the team was going to be looking a lot different than it did in the past. So, we need to find our identity as a team. And this is a great guy to come in that's going to fit in great. And it's going to help me and Trevor with the leadership voices. And it's going to help us establish ourselves as the identity of the club and help us with establish a winning culture back again in Boston. And I knew that JT wasn't only a guy that me myself was going to benefit from having him on my side again, but I know that the 25 other guys on that roster were going to benefit from having him on the side as well. And I knew he was the perfect fit for this club.
Yeah, you hold him in high regard. You had tweeted, Kike, that he is the second most influential player in your career, Chase Utley being the first. For those that don't know, what did Chase mean to you? You affectionately call him Dad, but what type of impact did that World Series champion have on you?
Chase is, he's been one of the best, not just players, but like teammates I've ever been around. He leads by example, and that's something that I watch up close, very closely for parts of 4 seasons. And my last season in LA, or his last season in his career, I figured that I needed to do everything in my power to force myself under his wing and watch him closely, because I knew that I couldn't take this guy for granted. And we established in my mind, I don't know about his, but in my mind, it was a beautiful relationship. We were getting breakfast on the road every day. We were moving to the field every day. And he basically just taught me the ways of how to approach the game, not only as a professional, but how to give the extra mile, the workout routine, the diet, how to study pitching, how to study tips on a pitcher, all these things that, that necessarily you don't get taught coming up in the minor leagues or whatever. And for me, Chase changed my career, and I'm gonna try and do everything I can to stretch out my career as much as I can. And it's gonna be a lot of it is due to the changes I made on that last season that I was able to share with them, and everything that I learned is going to be for my benefit and to stretch out my career as long as I can.
He knows something about this game, and so do you, Kike Hernandez. One of the best in terms of clutch situations in postseason play for you. Do you have any idea how many postseason home runs you have?
Yeah, 13.
No, very good. I'm actually proud of you for knowing that. What do you think it is about that postseason that just puts you in the right frame of mind?
It brings out the best in me. I'm a guy that my head runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you don't have a choice but to lock it in to the fullest when you're playing in the postseason. And I like the big stage. I like the big situation, and I like to put it in a way as kids, when we're dreaming about being in the big leagues, we're always putting ourselves in a big situation in the postseason, usually in the World Series. But to get to the World Series, you got to win playoff games, and I've been fortunate enough to play in a lot of them, and I just try to embrace the moment and do with the moment the best I can. And I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but it's definitely the playoffs bring out my maximum potential, and I just wish it was that easy to lock it in for 162 games, but it's something that we work on each and every day.
I'll never forget the 3-home run game in the 2017 NLCS. Kike Hernandez signed to a 1-year extension, $10 million by the Boston Red Sox in September for the upcoming season. The best $10 million the Boston Red Sox could have spent. Kike, thanks for taking the time to be with us today. We appreciate it.